Hello, I hope that you are doing great. Today we are going to cover the material in chapter 11, in which basically we are going to work out transport carbon emissions. We are going to use Python dictionaries, and then in this first video what we are going to study is how this Python dictionaries works. Okay, let's move on. Okay, I am here in the Python dictionary in the boilerplate 1. The first thing that we are going to do is to create a dictionary, and this is very simple. I go to name this dictionary, and then we are going to define it. The first thing that we are going to define is the key, and then the value is going to be 0.1, and the second key is going to be car, and the value is going to be 0.2, and then we print it. We print the dictionary is CO2, and we save it, control save. Now we go to the terminal and we run it. I'm going to clear Python dictionary .py, and then basically here what we have is the dictionary that we have created. Okay, this is the first thing that we are going to do. The second thing that we are going to do is to access to a particular value, a particular entry, and then basically is print emissions factor CO2, and then we are going to access to the value of the key bus. We save it, and now basically what we are doing here is accessing to that particular value. Okay, the next thing that we are going to do is to update an entry in a dictionary, and then basically it's very simple. This is emissions factor CO2, and we are going to update the value of bus. That is going to be 0.5, for example, and now we print it to check that we have updated this value, CO2. We save it. Now we clear, and now basically instead of 0.1 we have updated to 0.5. Okay, we can delete an entry, but I'm not going to do this right now, because yeah, you have a lot of these things is in the code that is in the GitHub account. Okay, this is basically by illustrative purpose, and you can play with that. The next thing that we are going to do is I would like to create a dictionary inside a dictionary, and then basically to do that is very simple. I go here and effect factor, emissions factor CO2, then for the key bus I would like to define diesel is equal 0.1, and CNG is going to be 0.08, and the next I'm going to copy this, control copy, and we are going to do exactly the same for car. For the key car we are going to have a diesel of 0.15, for example, and 0.1. And now we print this information to check that we have updated. We have created a dictionary inside a dictionary, and then clear this. And now basically if you go here, we have a dictionary that is inside a dictionary. For the entry bus we have a dictionary that is DSL-CNG, and for the key car we have also a dictionary. Okay. The next question is how we access to a particular value in a dictionary inside a dictionary, and then this is what we are going to do next, is print emissions factor CO2, and this is going to be we are going to access to the key bus and also to the key diesel. We save it. And now basically what we are doing is going inside the dictionary and we are accessing the key bus and the key diesel, and this is 0.1. Okay. The next thing that we are going to do is to use some methods. This is something very useful because the methods allows is kind of functions that have been created for us, and then we don't have to program everything, and this is very good that you know that these methods exist. Then in the web page of the course I have introduced a lot of some very useful links to these methods, and here I go like to use some examples. The first one is the method get. Then is we are going to type this and get, for example, the key bus, and then clear. And basically what we are having here, I didn't save this, I have to save it. Then basically what we are doing here is accessing we are getting the key bus that have a dictionary DSL, a value of DSL 0.1 and a value of CNG. This is in fact is a value that is a dictionary itself. Okay. Then the next thing that we are going to use is the items method, that is going to be also very useful. Then is print CO2, and here basically what we are going to type is items. We save it, and now we print it, and basically here what we have is all the items that we have in this particular dictionary. Okay. And the last thing that we are going to do is to make some loops that is also going to be very useful. For the key value, the key and the value B in the dictionary, we are going to take the items and we are going to print the key and the value. Okay, we save it, we clear, and we print it. And basically here what we are doing is to print the key and the value, that in this case the value is a dictionary itself, and we can be very interested in, for example, accessing the keys and the values inside this dictionary, and this is what we are going to do is actually in the same loop. In the second loop is basically for key 1 v1 in the dictionary items. We are going to create a second loop for k2 b2 F dictionary, and where we are taking the first key, the items, and here basically what we want to do is to print the key to the second key and the second value, and then this is going to give access to each single element in the dictionary, and this is something very useful. Clear? Then as you can observe here, basically by using this loop what we are accessing is to the elements inside the dictionary. It's the dictionaries inside the dictionary, and this is something very useful. Here basically what we have is the key of the first dictionary and the value, that is a dictionary itself, and what we are doing in the second loop that we have created is accessing to each single element in the kind of the second dictionary, in the inner dictionary. Okay, basically this concludes this first video, in which basically we have studied very basic Python dictionaries. You have a lot of useful links in the web page of the course. We are going to use this very basic dictionary, then you don't have to know these dictionaries in great detail, but it's something that is very useful, and for sure if you continue working with Python you will need to know how to work with dictionaries, and how to create loops inside dictionaries, and how to use methods to access the keys and the values in a dictionary. Hope that you have enjoyed the video. See you in the next video.